I'm suspending you from all duties. No, you're not. I quit.
Welcome to In Defense Of, making the case for overlooked, forgotten, or derided movies in 5 minutes or less. If you haven't got 5 minutes, here's 5 seconds. Today, In Defense Of, Nightmare City, aka Attack of the Zombies, aka City of the Walking Dead, a ludicrously enjoyable 1980 Italian horror that probably pioneered the fast-moving zombie. A plane makes an emergency landing at an airport where TV reporter Dean Miller is expecting to meet a professor regarding a radioactive spill at a nuclear power plant. The professor emerges from the plane, along with a violent group of intelligent and agile zombies. As they overrun the city and beyond, we follow Dean and his doctor wife Anna as they fight for survival, while the military struggle to respond to the attacks and secure the safety of their own families.
Hey, what are you doing with that gun?
There's a perception among horror fans that of the masses of Italian zombie films released in the wake of Dawn of the Dead, Lucio Fulci's Zombie is the one standout worth watching and that the rest are trash. I disagree in general, but especially in the case of Nightmare City, a movie with cult gem written all over it. Director Umberto Lenzi made films in every single exploitation genre Italy pumped out over the years, and what tends to set his films apart from their ilk is quick pacing. As a result, Nightmare City is pure mayhem. It wants to throw violence, gore, sex, action at you constantly, ever escalating, always raising the stakes. There is an actual plot here, but don't expect any of the drawn-out exposition that commonly pads out Italian horror. It's actually really tightly woven, economically introducing key characters and locations as part of all the mayhem. Let me explain. The movie opens with a brief news report explaining the radiation spill and the professor. Our lead character walks past, and it's established that he's a reporter, he's a man of integrity, and he's to meet with the professor. That's it, that's all we need. Within 1 minute of the credits ending, we are at the runway, ready for the opening assault. After this initial salvo, where can the movie go to keep the momentum going? It's as though the film is saying, well done, you've had a slice of plot, you've had a slice of violence, now here's something sexy to look at. Amazingly, the scene actually furthers the plot. This is the TV station where Miller works. He attempts to warn the public of the attack, but it's nixed by General Murchison. He'll lead the military subplot of the movie. Later, we'll follow his daughter and son-in-law. Unable to inform the public, Miller attempts to warn his wife, but just misses her as she leaves for work, introducing us to her and the hospital, one of the movie's major locations. Right, that's enough drama, here's your sex. And it's escalated to nudity now. Guess what? These are important characters too. The Major, he'll be joining the General, and his wife, she'll be staying at home. It's been a little while since we've had any violence. Remember the dancers? Time for them to die. This time the carnage is up to notch and it's more graphic than it was on the runway. This pattern continues throughout the film. A new character turns up literally 1 hour into the movie, and while she is immediately killed off, her role is more than just cannon fodder for another gory set piece. Her arrival serves to show the extent of the outbreak. When she appears begging for help, it's to tell us that the zombies have expanded out of the city and reached the upper class housing beyond. The rich are no longer safe, so what chance does anyone else have? So many horror movies, and especially zombie movies, are stuck in one location with one group of characters. This works in favour for a few, but for the most part it's an indicator of budgetary limitations. Not so in Nightmare City. We're treated to zombies overrunning a rich span of locales, which propels that sense of escalation and outbreak.
Last night I had this nightmare. It was all about my leg.
Honestly, I don't know. I assume that Nightmare City just wasn't readily available. As a result, there are very few reviews out there. Those that exist are mostly negative, which I don't understand. But here are some possible theories why. Let's start with Hugo Stiglitz. Hugo Stiglitz is the worst actor. Hugo's reaction to everything is mild concern, and at no point does he actually seem alarmed at the apocalypse going on around him. This is just another regular day for Hugo.
I don't believe it. My God.
That said, for me, Hugo's performance is hilarious and a vital part of what makes Nightmare City great. The zombies look like crap. I love them, but they're utterly unconvincing. Even the very best ones resemble mouldy pizza. Many have no effects makeup whatsoever. They may be the very first running zombies in cinema, but that and the generally decent gore effects aren't enough to offset their shoddy presentation, especially when compared against Fulci's repulsive competition. Like a lot of Italian exploitation, the movie has some sort of message to it, but I have no idea what it is beyond nuclear power and the military are bad.
Like Coca-Cola or nuclear energy. We'd be a whole lot healthier without all that stuff. Create and obliterate until we destroy ourselves.
Romero's zombie movies are remembered for better or for worse for their social commentary. Maybe Nightmare City would be more fondly remembered if its message was a little more clear. The ending is a proper cop-out too. If you're curious, the hint is in the title. and Return of the Living Dead. Intelligent, fast-moving zombies, an ensemble cast of diverse personalities, and a constantly escalating threat that's as tense as it is ludicrous.
Every time I look at it, I get a feeling
Of death. Is that what you were going to say?
Nightmare City is a good time. I've read reviews that say it's a test of endurance, which I believe is literally the opposite of the truth. Don't even attempt to take this one seriously. The old "are they zombies" argument associated with some genre entries rears its head here. Technically, these are regular people suffering from a radiation sickness which boosts their physical attributes and they retain their mobility and intelligence. However, the movie title does include the word zombies in some territories. They spread their infection by attacking, and they can only be stopped by destroying the brain.
The order to every soldier and police officer is aim for the brain.
The film does very helpfully tell us that they're definitely not aliens,
The autopsy categorically excludes an extraterrestrial being.
nor are they vampires.
So much for the theory of vampires.
If you want to see a film where it's the good guy that has the boosted physical attributes, check out my review of Rage. It's a mid-90s action film and I think it moves along even faster than Nightmare City.
Hey, I'm just sorry, man. But I got nothing to lose.